Is my audience. Have you ever seen people walking around with their hair braided, or faced an opponent in a game with their hair braided back, and you've always been wanting to braid yours, but you didn't know how? Well, I can help. I've been braiding my own hair for about 6 years, and I can help you braid yours too. There are a variety of different braids, but I will be teaching you how to do the Dutch braid. Before you start, you will need a few things. The first thing you will need to do is wet your hair. It is easy to braid hair when it is wet because the wetness holds the hair together better, but that's your own personal preference. The second thing you will need is a comb or a brush. That's your own personal preference as well. The last thing you will need is hair ties or elastic bands, but you can choose between which one you want to use. So the first thing you need to do is comb out the tangles. It's hard to braid hair when it is messy, and a lot of knots can happen when you braid your hair if you don't brush it out. So the next thing you will do after you braid your hair is section it off. Some people do 4 sections. I'm going to do 3 to keep things simple. You want to section off in 3 sections like this. Once you have your sections, you'll take the left strand and weave it underneath the middle one. You will do the same thing with the right strand. Weave that one underneath the middle one. You will repeat these steps, but adding hair to the strands this time. So you take the extra hair on this side and add it to your left strand. Once you have that hair, you weave it underneath the middle strand. Do the same thing on the right side. Take the extra hair and add it to your right strand and weave it underneath. When you're braiding hair, it is important to keep all the strands separate so they'll mix together. When you're doing your braids, you can also make them tight or loose depending on what you would like. To keep your braid tight, you put your hands closer to your head, and you keep a tighter grip on the hair. If you want your braid loose, you keep your hands farther away from the head and you keep a looser grip on the hair. Braids are nice, especially because they keep all your hair out of your face. That's what I like, so I braid my hair quite often. When you get to the end, you still want to add all the hair you can to your strands and keep going with the 3-strand braid. When you run out of hair, you keep doing the regular 3-strand braid until you have about 1 inch left at the bottom. When you get to that point, you want to tie it off with your hair tie or elastic band, like this. Once you have your braid, you can decide if you want to wear it for a formal or informal event. A formal event would be either a school dance or work. An informal event would be a sporting event or going outside to play a game. Okay, so by following these steps, you should be able to braid your hair. Remember that wet hair is easier to braid and to always brush out the tangles. Those 2 important things will make the braiding process flow easier. And soon, all your friends will be coming to you to have their hair braided. Thank you.